last time we met together, we were on the TrackMan. We used that. At the end of that lesson, you talked to me about how your short game, you felt like you wanted to work on that a little bit. You went out and played 18 holes, and you had your up and down ratio. So like getting on the green was good, but when you weren't on the green, right, and you got on like the edge of the green, your up and down ratio was a little rough. So do you feel like it's your chipping or your putting? I have a setup to do chipping today, but if it's putting, we can talk about that. Which one do you feel more comfortable hitting with today?
The chipping.
We focus on chipping? Okay, well I've set us up for chipping today, so we can definitely work on that. What club do you chip with now?
I usually chip with my 58.
Okay, perfect. I remember us talking about that on the phone actually, and I told you to bring a 9-iron. So with this, in my opinion, a lot of golfers, Phil Mickelson flop shots, we get all in with, you know, the big high lofted clubs, but sometimes high lofted clubs, it can be hard with just flat right chipping like what we're doing here to be like, okay, well let's chip this. Well, sometimes the run out room might be a little bit different on one shot versus another shot, and it's harder to stay consistent, have a good, you know, dispersion rate. So for today, I asked you to bring your 9-iron. I want to see you chip with your 58, see how that works. If we want to stick with that but change technique, or if you feel more comfortable, let's move into a 9-iron per se, which in my opinion is just a tiny bit more consistent. So when you use your 9-iron, since the club's more flat coming in, right, versus your thing, if we lean that club in a little bit, right, give it a little de-loft and some, it's straight on. So when we're coming in on chipping, right, each time is roughly about the same. So we don't have to change how hard we hit it. All we have to do is change how far we take it back, but the technique and everything stays the same. Versus if we're chipping with the 58, you'll have to change how you lay the club, you'll have to change how far we take it back, how fast we need to cut through based on the grass. There's a bunch of different aspects when we're chipping with a 58 versus a 9-iron. But of course, it's whatever you feel the most comfortable with. So I want you to start out with your 58, let me see it some, and then we could go from there. And I'm gonna get some videos as well, just to get an idea of your chipping setup and then anything we need to change prior to that. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna get one from behind, down the line. Very nice. So, I mean, those are two excellent shots.
That's probably the only 2 good ones I do.
Well, I'm sure that's not true. Well, what I will say to that is, if you want to stick with your 58, we totally can. If you want to try to hit a 9-iron and see, just give yourself, pretty much what it's going to be is it's going to be 3/4 run, 1/4 air time versus what you're doing now. About, with this shot, you're doing about 50 air time, 50 run time. So it's totally up to you. If you want the ball in the air less, I would suggest, which the sooner we get the ball out there and rolling, the better, in my opinion. You want to go ahead and say, let's try a 9-iron and get the